Chelsea and Club America ready to go at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Baking hot here. Another big test coming up for the Blues as they get ready for the kickoff of the Premier League against a team who are 4 games into their league season. They are the reigning champions of Mexico too. This is the starting lineup. Robert Sanchez again in goal. We shall wait and see who goes where out of Gusto, James and plenty of others too. Marc Guiu again trusted with a place in the starting lineup, and Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall in for the first time. In terms of players to keep an eye on for Club America, Javaro Dilrosun is somebody who you might know. We've seen him in academy football during his days as a Manchester City player. He never got into their first team, but he is part of the Club America side. And Henry Martin, wearing number 21, their central striker. He's got 4 goals in 4 games at the start of the new season. Seasoned Mexican international he is as well. And Jonathan Dos Santos is a name that many of you will know, former Barcelona, Villarreal and LA Galaxy player. Are we thinking that this is going to be a 45-minute job for most of the 11 who are starting for Chelsea, Sam? Or are we at this stage where we start to see that extended a bit? We have seen that with a few players already. Load management is one of the key buzzwords at this time of the year, isn't it? You think of the likes of Christopher Nkunku, who played 90 against Celtic. Might not be him tonight then, but a couple of others maybe.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah, they'll be monitored over the course of these 3 or 4 games. I always think it's kind of geared towards getting everyone through fit and racking up those minutes, and with an eye on Inter Milan. That week before the season, invariably the majority of the managers, coaches I played for would want to get as close to their starting 11 as they can do. You don't want to give too much away ahead of the big kickoff, but that's when you want to start really ramping up the preparation, getting 90 minutes in the majority of the players, and also getting those combinations and those partnerships developing. So I wouldn't read too much into the starting lineups, more about getting minutes still at this stage. But yeah, if you ask me after Inter Milan, we'll probably have a few more clues as to how they're going to go against City on the Sunday.
Famous club, Club America. I'm told not the most popular club in Mexico, but that tends to be the case when you win a lot, doesn't it? And boy, have they. It was their 15th league title that they picked up in June, as recently as that. They had all of a week off before they started the next section of their season. They usually play at the Azteca, one of the most famous stadiums in the world, I would suggest, having held 2 World Cup finals. It's having a bit of a facelift at the moment, so they're playing elsewhere for their home league games. It's going to be a venue for the 2026 World Cup. As I mentioned, this was a venue for the Copa America just last month. This will also be a venue for the 2026 World Cup. The pitch might have a bit more time to bed in for that than it looks like it has for this game, but we shall see how it holds up. Plenty of Chelsea representation in the stands as well, as you would expect. Holds 71,000 people on its best day, this stadium. 2017 they opened it up to replace the famous old Georgia Dome. A couple of minutes later than scheduled, but we are going to kick off before too long. It will be Chelsea who'll get the action underway, going left to right as we look at it. So I was going to say, maybe another fast start is what's needed here if we're going to bridge the gap between the fitness of the 2 teams, Sam, but I'm looking at it as if it's a competitive game, which of course it isn't. So again, load management comes into it. You don't want to be busting a gut from the first whistle, but here's Noni Madueke immediately looking to make some progress and finding Christopher Nkunku. Got it back, not from Guiu, from an America player. Now Sterling. Dewsbury-Hall's first touch, and Chelsea have got a corner inside 30 seconds.
A really bright start. Got into a great position there, well found by Raheem Sterling. And Chelsea were well stocked there. Madueke, Guiu, both well placed, waiting for that cutback, and just couldn't get it through that wall of yellow shirts.
Reece James on corner duty. Played 67 minutes against Celtic, having played the first half against Wrexham. Tosin one to watch here. Paddy Shield too was Tosin, it was aimed in at, went past Dewsbury-Hall, Lavia trying to make sure that Chelsea retain possession, and he's successful in that pursuit. Now, can he find a cross? All the way to the dead ball line, there was contact there, that's a penalty. 1 minute and 11 seconds into the match, and Chelsea get the chance to go in front. Lavia just too clever there for Christian Calderon. And there was no doubt in the referee's mind, and it looked like the only decision he could have made.
Yeah, it's terrific play initially from Lavia. Little slaloming run down the right-hand side. It looked like he tried to pull out, but I think, despite there not being loads of contact, I think he is just clipped. I felt initially that maybe Lavia had played for it, but I think despite there not being loads of contact, I think there was probably enough there to award the penalty. It looked like a clear penalty at full speed, didn't it? But seeing it back there, I think with that initial lunge, there's not a great deal of contact, but seems in no doubt, and good chance for Nkunku to rack up another goal.
Well, he scored from the spot against Celtic. Madueke originally took the ball. There's obviously been a discussion. And Christopher Nkunku is the player who spotted it up, looking to make it 3-3 in pre-season. Nkunku versus Malagon. No problem. What a pre-season he's having. He's scored in every game so far, Christopher Nkunku. He was the missing piece of the puzzle for so much of last season. Well, he's fit and firing, and he's got Chelsea ahead with less than 3 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, really confident penalty again, and yeah, he shows such composure. Yeah, it's a penalty, but you're never in any doubt really that he's going to stick it away. This is really encouraging, seeing Lavia produce that type of marauding run. And like I said, yeah, he's just so confident down the middle on this occasion. Invariably, the goalkeeper's going to dive to one side, and yeah, 3-3, that will do his confidence the world of good the last few days.
What a player he could be in the Premier League this season. You're right though, Sam, it looked a stick on pen live. It looked less convincing on the replays, but the official pointed to the spot, and Chelsea a goal to the good already.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Lavia had made his mind up that the challenge was going to be forthcoming and that he was going to be going to the deck. I think he's quite lucky maybe that there is a bit of contact with the lunge eventually. It didn't come initially, I don't feel, but a little bit of good luck to start tonight's proceedings.
Malik Badawi, by the way, is the man with the whistle. America looking to get back into the game quickly. And Nkunku was back there to win the ball back. It was the final game of pre-season, wasn't it, against Dortmund? And blame Ed Sheeran for wrecking that pitch in Chicago. And Christopher Nkunku's knee was not the same for a long time. Everybody's got everything crossed, it won't be an issue this time round. Challenge was a robust one on Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, interesting. Gusto was left of Lavia in central midfield when the game began. So he's tucking in at left back, and he's no stranger to that position. We saw it, I think, on occasions last year, him playing at left back when necessary. But yeah, quite an interesting tactical quirk to what we've seen in the opening couple of games.
Here's Tosin. Sanchez will be buoyed to have seen his name on the starting team sheet. Philip Jorgensen is amongst the substitutes, by the way. Just completed his move from Villarreal. Reyes. Arujo moved it wide. This is where they want to make their extra fitness count, right? Keep the ball and make Chelsea run around.
Yeah, absolutely. They've started the game obviously in the worst possible manner, but starting to get a little feel of the ball now. And yeah, expect them to be sharp and probably make fewer changes maybe. Players that need a game still in their ranks will be obviously fitter than their Chelsea counterparts, given the amount of training they've done and where they are in their season.
Swing and a miss from Reece James first time round. He'll tell you it was a dummy. And Rodriguez couldn't get it. Sanchez out to Madueke. It's a good clearance from Sanchez, looking for Guiu, who's being wrestled to the ground. And the referee had little option but to give Chelsea a free kick.
Really good. Pinned the centre half so intelligently there. Reece James got himself in a little bit of a muddle, but they worked it nicely. Tight spot. A few players found themselves in. That's a really good ball as well from Sanchez. Play that down. That was beautifully felt into the feet of the centre forward.
Tosin looking long for Madueke. That's a good pass as well. Nicely brought out the sky. And then what followed didn't match what had come before.
You see the positions of Nkunku and Dewsbury Hall there, really high, joining in, balls going over their heads into one of the front three, killed instantly by Madueke, and Nkunku was on his toes, providing the support. I think those two could be pretty formidable in those roles, getting in the box, being goal threats.
James in to win the ball quickly, got it back from Guiu. Here's Lavia. Dewsbury Hall. Gusto. Again, left hand side. Lovely turn from Lavia. He's had a really good start to the game. He's found Dewsbury Hall as well. He's waited his pass. Lovely for Guiu. And the shot lacked the power it needed to really test Malagon.
Terrific move. Brilliant from Lavia. Once more, you're seeing what the training probably and the fitness that we didn't see last season is up to speed now. Just choked it. Lovely awareness from Dewsbury Hall as well. Just poking it into the space.
Good start this from Chelsea. Difference in the game against Celtic is that they've got the goal early on, having been the team on top.
Interesting to see if Reece James can get on the ball in the opposition's half, just in field. He's going to be a little bit deeper, of course, than we're used to seeing him at right wing back or right midfield, but his delivery is so good. That could be an asset for Chelsea. Another avenue. Just put a few balls in, especially if Dewsbury Hall and Nkunku are going to be joining in with Guiu. We know how good his crossing is, even if it's coming in from slightly deeper. Remember that season when Azpilicueta was doing it for Morata, wasn't it? Telepathic, those two, for a period. That's the type of ball. And I would suggest that Reece James is probably better in that position than Azpilicueta was, but it proved really fruitful, and just think we might see Reece James just joining a little bit more from right centre half than maybe we would imagine.
Got some presence about him, Guiu, hasn't he? He's a big lad, he's well built, all muscle. He's the focal point again of Chelsea's attack tonight. Lichnowsky. Malagon is the first choice goalkeeper more often than not for Club America. Bring in the veteran Rodolfo Cota toward the end of last season, and he ended up playing in the Championship playoff final games. He's amongst the subs tonight. Malagon is a Mexico international himself. There's Arujo, a Celta Vigo player. Got away with one there. Goalkeeper got just enough on that to clip it out to Lichnowsky. This is Dos Santos. Sanchez now, late joining us. Christopher Nkunku with a penalty on 3 minutes to make it 3-3 for him in pre-season. He's got Chelsea a goal to the good, that after Lavia was fouled. Dos Santos, playing with real pedigree. And he's again, he'll look to conduct in the Club America midfield. He's won it back. Not much in the middle at the moment. Now support is arriving. Martin, the captain, among them. Shot came in from distance, and it's a really good save from Robert Sanchez to tip it behind for a corner just for a moment. And it looked as though Dilrosun, the Dutchman, was about to send one into the top corner and make it 1-1.
Yeah, it's a really good spell of possession. Moving the ball well. I thought it was in. It's a fantastic one-handed save from Sanchez. Caught it beautifully. Dilrosun, that's a top quality stop.
Richard Sanchez has wandered over to take the corner. Poked it short. Dilrosun, who won it, was the recipient of the ball. Sanchez again. Dilrosun whipped it in with his left eventually. Tosin got his head to it. Well defended. Santos trying to rake a pass out right hand side, only found the head of Malo Gusto. Hitting hard at him by Sterling, and that forced a turnover of possession. Lavia went through the back of his man and concedes a free kick. The referee was close by. Rodriguez, good foot in from Tosin. Here's Nkunku. That is Andre Jardim, who is the Brazilian in charge of Club America. He's the third Brazilian to coach them. Actually led Brazil to gold at the 2020 Olympic Games. In his first season as Club America manager, he won the league, so his recent reputation is pretty good. Sanchez with the slide out to Badiashile. Here's Gusto. Doing well to hang on to the ball, now looking for someone in blue to give it to. He chose Lavia. On for Reece James here, and it is one that he is more than capable of winning against Christian Calderon. That was like the bully at school, taking your tuck shop money and your sweets as well.
Yeah, he's difficult to beat, isn't he, when he gets those legs moving over slightly larger distance. Reece James using his power excellently. That's what this role tonight can suit him as well.
Here's Rodriguez. Gifted it to Tosin. Madueke. Nkunku into Lavia. Bit of space for Dewsbury Hall. Shame he couldn't trap it. Remember, these are his first pre-season minutes, so he might be rustier than most in blue. Not just Enzo Maresca, who he's familiar with as well. Obviously the coaching team, but Wesley Fofana, also a teammate of Dewsbury Hall's at Leicester. Sanchez floated it out to Dilrosun. Lavia, that's a really good ball. Sterling will get there as well. Does have support, and he's got pace. Guiu pointing where he wants it. Madueke penalty spot. It's laid off for Dewsbury Hall. It could and maybe should have been two. Brilliant work from Raheem Sterling. Lightning fast Chelsea break. Everything but the finish.
Look at that pass from Lavia. Seeing it is one thing, and then executing it, absolutely superb. Yeah, maybe he wants that on his left foot, but still, player of that calibre. Yeah, 15 yards out. Should steer that onto the target, no question, but another brilliant Chelsea break.
"17 minutes into not getting carried away, but this already feels like a good game for Chelsea. It's lively opponents, but Chelsea getting plenty of the ball. A chance to put Enzo Maresca's ideas into practice.
In that middle of the pitch, we saw so little of the two kind of number 10s, advanced midfielders in the first half against Wrexham in particular. Dewsbury Hall and Nkunku getting on the ball, dictating things very early on here.
Sterling win it back. Here's Dewsbury Hall. Is he going to tee up Sterling? He went for goal himself. He could have had a couple. In little more than a minute, Kiernan Dewsbury Hall maybe felt he had a point to prove, having missed the target first time round. And that skidded wide as well.
Yeah, he's enjoying himself and just uses Raheem Sterling, who nicks the ball back, uses him as a decoy here. Raheem Sterling possibly in an offside position, just trying to shape it into the far corner. Just dragged it wide, but it's been impressive.
Caught by the coach. And now then, chance maybe for Eric Sanchez. Well, shepherded away from goal by Lavia. Gusto well positioned to do the defending there. Tom by Nkunku. Nice take from Madueke. Rodriguez not giving James an inch, but it's a Chelsea throw. Sanchez had to get his skates on there. He's been closed down quickly by the Club America striker Martin. Sterling felt the contact in his back. Reyes sees the free kick go against him. Here's Tosin. James, that's a brilliant pass for Dewsbury Hall. Looked to help it on for Sterling, didn't quite get enough on the header. It's going to break here for Gusto. Sterling down the line for Dewsbury Hall, clipped his cross up. Guiu attacking it, and it's in, and it's two. And it's Marc Guiu who gets the goal, created by Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Two summer signings linking up to great effect, and the Blues double their lead. It's been a brilliant opening 20 minutes. And now Guiu's on target.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been a slickness to Chelsea's play from the outset here tonight. And Dewsbury Hall's got into shooting positions. Two shooting positions. He's made forward runs. And once again there, getting to the byline, puts in the perfect delivery. Think it's probably going to creep into the far corner. I want to take it away from him, because I think even in this early stage of the pre-season, this will do the world of good. Getting across the near post, gets that little contact on it with the header. Goalkeeper can't divert it away from the target and gets his goal.
Premier League game, there might be a debate to be had as to whether that was on target and whether it's officially an own goal. Pre-season, that's all yours, Mark.
Absolutely, yeah, no dubious goal panel here in Atlanta tonight. And yeah, I just felt after he snatched at that early opportunity, which was a really presentable chance teed up by Dewsbury Hall as well, start to play on his mind a little bit, but gets himself into a scoring position there, gets something on the ball, and yeah, he's deserved it for his performances over the last 2 and a bit games.
I was just thinking to myself, this has been a really good 20 minutes, but I didn't want to say anything lest I cursed it. But I mean, you read into pre-season whatever you like, really, but Chelsea have started fantastically in this game. Noticeably look more on it, albeit there's going to be a yellow card for Roméo Lavia for that.
Yeah, and he's been terrific, you know, especially with the ball, so sharp, really aware of his surroundings. Without it, that's 2 now. Just a fraction late, but I think he has been one of the big pluses on the ball in the opening 20 minutes, shifting it. And you know, rightly there was a frustration there because of the signing last year and not seeing him. I mean, you can't help injuries, but you know, he
33 minutes we got out of him.
I scarcely saw him. Absolutely nothing to do with the player, just bad luck. But we're seeing now why Chelsea wanted him so badly last summer. He looks like a real player, real panache on the ball.
Morrison is the player who's down and hurt here for Club America. This was always the risk for them, I guess. We talk about injuries a lot in pre-season, but remember, this is not pre-season for the Oppo tonight. How keen he was on this fixture at this stage of the campaign. Probably keep those thoughts to himself rather than tell his bosses, but you can understand if he thought that maybe some R&R would be better than match action. Just get his toe trod on there, maybe. It's difficult to see. It's like the ankle, maybe. Malo Gusto showing his versatility again today. As Sam mentioned, we saw him left-sided defence on a few occasions last season. Played 38 games in all competitions, which was more than most thought he'd manage in his first season at Chelsea.
Yeah, he was terrific. This is another test for him. I think we saw him going into midfield maybe on occasions. I know Cucurella was doing it towards the back end of last season with great success. But yeah, challenge for him. You know, the quickness of thought and also your feet in there when there's a lot of bodies, that has to be on point. And also, I think when the ball gets turned over, that timing to get back into the left back, the full back berth, that has got to be coached, I think. And I'm sure that's the type of detail and conversation that Enzo Maresca will be getting into the players, and the fullbacks need to get up to speed with it, because if you're a fraction late getting back in, you can get caught out. So the two sides of the role are completely different, I would suggest, when you're coming in field.
Away by Badia Shield. Sterling wins it back. A bit between his teeth, gave it to Guiu. Here's Nkunku. Madueke. Lavia, nice weight on his pass from Nkunku. Guiu and Dewsbury Hall interested in the middle. Corner number 2 is the result.
It just looked like they're really enjoying it. Nkunku, Dewsbury Hall especially, real dynamism, wanting to run forward. It's easy to go towards the ball, and probably we get frustrated in the Premier League when that happens from forward players, but those two have been in the box, and the midfield players are seeing their numbers running towards the opponent's goal, and it's been really refreshing. Excellent 25 minutes.
James took the corner short to Madueke. Step over and into the box he goes, looking for room for the shot. And you can see what was on his mind, trying to bend it into the top corner.
Certainly fouled, wasn't he, initially outside the 18-yard box, the first little dummy infield, nice little step over. Yeah, maybe just stretching a tad and having to wrap his left foot around it, or really attempt to do that to bring it back towards that top corner, but good play once more.
It's actually the third time that these two teams have met. They've all been pretty recent. 2022, you might well remember. Chelsea won 2-1 in Las Vegas. Mason Mount and Timo Werner scored the goals. Ben Chilwell and Marcus Bettinelli, who are here with Chelsea now, were involved then. And there was a 2-0 win when the teams met at Cowboy Stadium in Arlington in Texas back in 2009. Franco Di Santo and Florent Malouda with the goals that day. Well, if it is all change at half-time, the second half team are going to have something to live up to, because those who are out there now have really made a positive impression. Just over on the right, just temporarily. Harrison didn't need much persuasion to hit the deck. Home of Atlanta United in MLS is this stadium. The facility for them, it's the Atlanta Falcons home as well. Gusto. Just the one save really for Robert Sanchez to make so far. It was a really good one as well. Sloppy to be offside from that position. Israel Reyes, the guilty party.
Yeah, they certainly like to possess the ball. All really comfortable. Keeping it 1 and 2 touch, but just lack that penetration. As you said, Matt, just that one opportunity. Wonderful curling effort from Lurison. And a little bit too open as well. They've, I think, attacked this game and probably sent a few too many bodies forward. And Chelsea actually looking quite content to give up the ball and played a little bit more on the counter-attack than we have seen in the previous couple of friendlies.
East Dewsbury Hall, half an hour gone. And Nkunku and Guiu, the scorers for Chelsea. Mentioned it plenty that Club America are 4 games into their season. It's been up and down for them. 1-2, lost 2 so far in the early stages of the defence of their title. James, nice pass. Madueke. Guiu and Sterling up there to support. He might not need any help though. It's Noni Madueke. Little nudge in the back. not enough to convince the referee to give Chelsea a second penalty. Nestor Araujo, the player who took a risk. Maybe Madueke could have got the shot away a fraction earlier.
Yeah, reluctance to hit with his right foot. I think it was on there to try and just steer it towards the far corner. Really good approach play again. Doesn't half help when you've got someone who's so secure in possession in Nkunku in tight spots. Him and Reece James combining well.
Here's Dilrosun taking on Lavia. Lavia did well, blocked it behind for the corner. That was all wrong from Araujo.
Yeah, tough ones. Those just from a standing jump, really. Backpedaling. Hard to get it down and onto the target, but yeah, half an opportunity and quite starved of any chances other than that long ranger we spoke of a few moments ago.
Wayward from Tosin, but Gusto's able to swish it out to Raheem Sterling. And he can use his pace to good effect here, Sterling. And one way and then the other. That's good defending actually from Araujo. A man who just misplaced his header at the other end of the pitch, didn't fall for the trick.
Terrific defending. Didn't commit himself. Looked like Raheem Sterling was destined to come infield and get his strike away with his right foot, but he moved his feet really quickly. Really intelligent defending.
James beaten by Brian Rodriguez. Lavia came back and helped him out. Rodriguez slipped and asked for a free kick. Referee close enough to spot that there was no infringement from Lavia.
Rare beating of Reece James there. Rodriguez, I don't think there was a free kick. Not sure what he was appealing for there. Looked to be very minimal contact, but yeah, Reece James just beaten, just a little bit untidy, wasn't it? Just misjudged it possibly.
Oh, just for a moment, Sanchez's heart leapt up into his throat. Here's Dewsbury Hall. Lavia. Madueke, good run from Gusto. How's his pass? Is the flag going to stay down? It is against Christopher Nkunku. Dewsbury Hall. Oh, and the deflection of Reyes looked like it was going to loop into the goal. Dewsbury Hall thinking I could be walking away with the match ball already. 35 minutes into the game.
Yeah, brilliant from Malo Gusto. Athleticism, great awareness, driving into the space, and I mean, look at the options there for Nkunku. They are queuing up. 4 blue shirts to hit. Finds Dewsbury Hall, and you can see the frustration because he's been good in this first half and he's been so involved in the final third. Made a goal, teed up Guiu for another opportunity. That's 3 shots that he's wrapped up and unable to get his name on the score sheet as of yet.
Corner worked short and worked its way to Sterling. Driving for the dead ball line. More good defending. Goal kick came back off the Chelsea man apparently, much to his surprise.
It certainly hit Raheem Sterling, but it was whether he was over the byline. It's got to be his complaint. Struck the arm.
Now a bit of space here for Rodriguez. James quickly across to close it down. And Gusto's got to do the same on the other side, floated to the far post. James got just enough on it to keep it away from Rodriguez. The Club America players looking a little perplexed. They were told they were going to be facing an undercooked team who were at the start of their pre-season. There's been times where they've gone long periods without a kick of the ball in the first half. They've got it now though. Sanchez, Martin with the, I was going to say shot, might be generous.
Yeah, I think that's a product of the frustration that he'll be feeling in the first half, Martin, not being able to affect the game whatsoever. His touch is good here actually, I think through the bodies away from Tosin effectively to give himself the shooting opportunity. That was nicely cushioned, but yeah, just off his toe somewhat, can get his left foot around the ball.
Shield. Nicely floated pass again from Sanchez. James into Dewsbury Hall. Going to win it back after his first touch wasn't as good as he would have hoped. Martin doing his best to help his team, ended up fouling Lavia. Madueke. Swept in by Lavia. It's a loopy one, goalkeeper underneath it, always favourite.
It's a good idea again, because I think there's definitely that want from the Chelsea players to get forward, get into the box. Maybe wasn't evident across the last two games in stacks, so yeah, I think there was 3 or 4 players making inroads into the penalty box there that Lavia recognised, tried to put it in early. It's that position that I was hopeful that Reece James could maybe kind of sneak into and deliver from deep, but Lavia just getting it wrong on that occasion.
Good win back from James. Nkunku also did well. Lavia. Gusto. Madueke. Charges past his man with ease. Noni Madueke. Oh, Dewsbury Hall slipped. Sterling didn't. Back then for Gusto. Well, Chelsea, it is not an exaggeration to say, could be 4, maybe even 5-0 up by now.
Yeah, in the wide areas, the two wingers are having a field day, aren't they? Madueke's got the beating of the back 4. I think that's probably for Dewsbury Hall, who loses his footing. Save initially from Raheem Sterling's whipped attempt, and then Gusto just has a swing at it, doesn't he? And again, just dragged it. Didn't get the perfect contact off his weaker side.
Hasn't scored a senior goal yet, Malo Gusto. 9 assists last season. Here's Dillerson. A clever reverse ball there. Has got Chelsea on the back foot. Oh, and off the crossbar from Dillerson. Well, he's carried the threat for them, no doubt about that. And he was an inch or two away from halving the deficit not long before half-time.
Yeah, got to be aware of affording him too much space. He's got a beautiful left foot. You know when he's receiving it there, yeah, he's looking square, but I knew that was going towards the target. It's a great attempt once more.
Went to Hertha Berlin after he left Manchester City, then back to his home country to play for Feyenoord. Not a bad life, is it? He ended up in Mexico City. A lot of this first half has been Lavia either fouling or being fouled, and there's another instance.
Yeah, he's been good. I think he's been one of the highlights of this first period. Absolutely, you can see the confidence that he's playing with. Even those two players in front of him, Nkunku and Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall has missed a few opportunities and there's been a few touches that have gone astray, but his positioning's been really intelligent. I think we're seeing probably what was to be expected from him. A little bit of rust, given that he's not had any minutes yet in the friendlies, but knows this system, knows the coach, and we touched on it before the game. That is going to be so important for him as he beds into life at Chelsea, and I think that's been really evident here. Just go and play in natural game. His positioning, his understanding of his role in this side, it's going to be better than probably anyone else right now because of what he did for Leicester last season. And yeah, the little sloppy touches that have been in there at times that will soon evaporate as he gets his fitness up to full speed.
Bit of a ruckus going on. Touchline. The Club America substitutes and a few of the staff not liking something that happened. Tosin not particularly liking that pass, gave it to Brian Rodriguez. Calderon. As though it had gone out of play. Indeed it had. He might want a bit more from his team. Certainly as an attacking threat, it's all come from Dillerson. Martin, middle of your picture there with 21 on his back, has not had too much of a sight of goal. Gusto. Nkunku. Madueke. So a third before the break for Chelsea. Madueke teasing back for Nkunku. Look to place it. What a clever effort that is. No backlift at all. Got to be a really good player to threaten the goal from that kind of position, and he sure is.
Yeah, he's so bright. Really was an intelligent attempt there. Probably can't get it towards the far post given the proximity position of the opposition players there. Just tried to catch the goalkeeper out. Mulligan makes a good save to his left.
Just the one added minute and we're already halfway through it. Last chance then. Reece James. Good delivery that. Into the head of Tosin, who couldn't steer it on target. A fine first half for Chelsea here. 2 goals to the good against Club America. Christopher Nkunku from the spot after just 3 minutes, and then Marc Guiu turning in from close range on 21. There were many more chances as well. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall's had a couple of goes. Gusto's gone close, others too. This is the best we've seen from Chelsea so far in pre-season by a distance. And at half-time in Atlanta, it is Chelsea 2, Club America 0.
Hopefully, it stays with a clean sheet in the next 45 minutes.
Plenty of changes for Club America, no surprise there, given that they are already into their season, and I'm sure that man, Andre Jardine, is desperate to avoid any injuries in the game against Aston Villa at the weekend.
Yeah, be just looking to get minutes into the players probably that haven't featured in the early games of their domestic season, so probably even more paramount to spread those minutes around for his side.
And no surprise that Enzo Fernandez is replacing Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. His first pre-season run out was only ever likely to last 45 minutes.
Yeah, and it was a fascinating 45, wasn't it? I thought he did some brilliant things. That his positioning was absolutely brilliant, and his desire to want to get forward, big difference maker from certainly the previous couple of games. So I think he can be really pleased. He'll be frustrated, like I've touched on a few times, because it would have been lovely for him to start with a couple of goals and be disappointed with the quality of his finishing. But in terms of his contribution and the balance that he gave the side within that role, the role that he's going to be asked to play, and he played so wonderfully well in Leicester's title winning campaign last season, I think that all put him in really good stead. And I can't say it enough. I think it's such a bonus for him that he finds himself in this position with the same manager who coached him with great success last season.
So Enzo Fernandez and Philip Jorgensen, the only Chelsea changes at the start of the second half. Here's Malo Gusto. Tosin. In his mind, Sam, how many of Enzo Maresca's ideal starting 11 against Manchester City would he already know at this stage, do you think?
That's a good question. Well, you'd like to think he's starting to get a good idea.
Cross came over. Danger here maybe for Chelsea. And Jorgensen almost called immediately into action. Deflected behind for a corner. I
think there's still so many uncertainties. You know, the condition of, for example, Palmer, Cucurella. Yeah, there's going to be obviously a couple that are probably going to pick up injuries as well. But that aside, you'd probably think he knows 8 or 9 already, in an ideal world, how he would shape up for that first game.
That swinger of a corner went all the way through. Good header from Tosin to get it away. Right start to the second half from the team from Mexico City, though. This was an outswinger. It was aimed at Miguel Vazquez, who is one of several substitutes who've come on. Just over the top, the ball played in and Jorgensen able to grab it.
I thought it was on to hit there, but it was actually a really cute pass. Rodrigo, the substitute who's leading the line now, just couldn't quite collect it. In terms of the substitutions, it's really fascinating how Enzo Fernandez does, because you would think maybe feature or can feature in that deeper midfield position, you know, kind of orchestrating the play, but he's going to be up there obviously alongside Nkunku. Different skill set required. We know he can get goals and shoot from distance, but maybe haven't seen it enough from him so far, so intrigued to see how he gets on up there.
And Sterling. Good defending from another of the substitutes, wearing the traditional number 197, Roberto Espinosa. I'd love to know how he came by that, how he thought that's the number for me. I don't want 200, I don't want 199. It's got to be 3 digits.
There must be a reason behind it, but you'd think you'd have to be a good player as well to have the coach or the decision maker say, yeah, no problem, away you go.
Look short to Reece James. It is not unusual in Mexico, by the way. Club America themselves have a number 205 and number 210, all the way up to Diego Reyes, who wears 303. Here's Madueke. Gusto, a conservative 27. Nkunku. Nice turn from Gusto. Fernandez had made a break for him. He looked right hand side for Madueke, but didn't get the pass right. Valdez moved it forward, looking to link up with Rodrigo Aguirre. There's Nkunku again.
They look to be a little bit more compact start of this second half. Club America certainly shaping up in a back 5. Looking a little bit better set, and those gaps aren't as evident as they were in the opening 45, which aided Chelsea to make an abundance of opportunities. Looks like it may be slightly stodgier this second half.
Sterling. Lucky bounce, helped him out. Decent cutback, just taken off Guiu's toe. There's Lavia. The goalkeeper kept hold of it.
A really deliberate attempt. Just arrived right on cue. Raheem Sterling being really direct once more, does well. A little bit fortunate with the ricochet, but once again, 5 bodies in the box and Lavia arriving on the edge.
Nkunku into Sterling. Nkunku caught there. He winks every time he goes down. That one has left a mark. Well, that is painful as well.
Yeah, it absolutely is. He didn't mean it. The covering defender. Yeah, saw one. Thought it was possibly a foul on Raheem Sterling just previous to that as well. He seemed to be marching towards the official, suggesting as such, but that one definitely a foul, and gives Chelsea a chance to shoot on goal.
Nkunku walking away, albeit with a limp. Take your pick. Tosin's walked away. Looks like Reece James has pulled rank here. Saw Sterling score from a not dissimilar position up at Newcastle, home to Preston as well last season. Sterling in the end who took it, but straight into the wall. putting the pressure on here. Nkunku, again, he had to ride a challenge which was could have potentially left him in more pain. James. Madueke. Fernandez gave it him back. Oh, and then Guiu and Madueke rather got in one another's way.
It was a lovely exchange as well. Really sharp, Madueke. Return pass was equally as eye-catching. I think you're right. I think you made a little dart here and got into Madueke's way.
Unorthodox from Philip Jorgensen. Got the job done, that's the main thing. Spinoza stumbled but managed to keep possession. Flag raised it to bring the attack to a halt. Christian Borja had started his run too soon. Changes a foot possibly. Lavia. Fernandez. Nkunku, smart, swapped it with gusto. Armando Broya might be about to join us. Nkunku on for Fernandez. Lavia. Guiu. Clever. No real angle for a shot. Cross was deflected and eventually grabbed by Kota, who is the goalkeeper for the second half for Club America.
It was a shame. Nice little drag back. Sent the defender to the deck, but the angle against him, just trying to bring a teammate into play. Drifting it back into the 18-yard box, but a good block from a Club America defender. It's a different half, isn't it? Completely. First half, Chelsea playing quickly, quite often counter-attacking football, getting in. Now loads of the ball, loads of yellow shirts in front of them. Looking tougher to breach. Club America, different type of game, and yeah, probably quite helpful this stage of the season to replicate what, again, they're going to come up against quite often in the Premier League. So at the moment, finding it hard to make chances. Let's see if some fresh legs can alter that.
Normally the death knell for a game when you see a Mexican wave in the stands, isn't it? But I guess we give them a pass, and one of the teams is Mexican. They just call it a wave. Look, there's a few Chelsea changes coming up. So Mikhailo Mudryk and Lavia Guiu stripped and almost ready to join us. At the hour mark, no surprise, that's when the changes are happening. Manager has not stopped on the touchline down there. He's outside of his technical area at the moment, Andre Jardine. Following the likes of Marcelo Bielsa, Leo Beenhakker and Santiago Solari, all former managers of Club America. Some great players in their time too. Blanco, you have the Blanco bouts, Ochoa, the famous goalkeeper. Ivan Zamorano, Raul Jimenez, at one time or another plied their trade for the current Mexican champions. Lavia again doing well, just to nudge his man off the ball. Gusto. Here come the changes then. Renato Vega's also coming on. Mudryk, Ugochukwu, Fofana, Breuer. Guiu, one of the goal scorers. One of those giving way. Badiashile too. Sterling. Reece James will also come off. Everybody leaving the field, Sam, can be pretty pleased with their evening's work. Particularly that man, I guess, Roméo Lavia.
Yeah, I mean, considering it's really the first proper performance we've seen from him. Yeah, he was fine against Wrexham, but he stood out enormously in that first half. Absolutely can see why there was so much interest in him last summer, and his quick feet in that first half, his drive as well, going past people, some excellent distribution, only going to get better as well. So that was an excellent little hour from him.
Madueke still out there, Gusto and Nkunku and Tosin of the starters all still on the pitch. Chance for Club America to threaten here maybe. Borja shanked his cross. His first appearance for her, wearing number 26. He's coming from Portugal, Braga to be precise, Colombian, over on the left wing. Valdez, nicely done. Himself into a shooting position, but it was blocked at source. We'll never know, Sam, but it'd be interesting to find out if this was part of the plan from Club America to play one way first half and one second, or if the manager's just said, you get any pants pulled down here, for want of a better phrase, let's tighten up a bit and not concede any more goals, because it has been a totally opposite approach, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was so much space in the first half. Chelsea able to, bypass any pressure in their own half, really, and create opportunities at will. So, yeah, absolutely not been anything near the opportunities in the opening 20 minutes of this half. So I'm sure it could open up as the game progresses. But at the moment, yeah, they're looking a better defensive unit, that's for sure. Still lacking a little bit of penetration, not been able to get too many sights on Chelsea's goal.
Guiu gets a yellow card for that challenge. Well, yeah, on consistency, I'm afraid he ain't going to get away with that, Rodrigo Aguirre. He's another new face at Club America, by the way. He scored a stoppage time winner on debut in their last league game before the break. And somebody who's played all over the world: Italy, Uruguay, Brazil, Switzerland, Ecuador and Mexico. A few stamps on his passport. Guiu into Broya. Here's Nkunku. Oh, Broya on the turn here. Can he get the shot away? Deflected. Really good save there from Rodolfo Cota to tip it behind. And veteran goalkeeper denying the Cobham graduate.
Yeah, nearly took it spinning over the goalkeeper. Lovely awareness once more from Nkunku. The pace he put on it is perfect. It makes your mind up as a centre forward there, because the pass appreciation from Nkunku, the weight of it, spot on.
Fernandez to take Chelsea's fifth corner of the game. Swing up onto the head of Nkunku. Difficult to score with your head from that far out. Goalkeeper bowled it out early, but Malo Gusto was minding the shop while others were looking to score a goal. Renato Vega. Gusto into the channel for Broya. Two defenders up against him. He's managed to hold on to the ball though. Really well there, the Albanian. Madueke and Fernandez unable to link up. Espinosa. Here for Malo Gusto.
Yeah, lovely run. A little bit more pace on that pass, and Broya possibly would have been able to roll the defender and get into that shooting position that he craved. Nice little bit of movement though, diagonal run.
Well, that's the universal sign for substitution, isn't it? Gusto probably think it's not worth taking a risk, and I'm sure Enzo Maresca feels the same. So this is nothing significant. He doesn't look too concerned. Well, he's making his way off of his own accord, which is a good thing. Of course, it's safety first, and when you've got somebody of the quality of Ben Chilwell to come on in place, and that is the only sensible decision. Chilwell playing Club America for the second time then. Doesn't look like it's anything to be massively concerned about that, Sam, but we'll await further updates.
Yeah, it looked like he just didn't want to take a risk with it, and totally understandable. But yeah, I've quite enjoyed him, seeing him in this new role, if you like. I think, yeah, showed a couple of nice touches. Enjoyed it when he drove forward as well into the space a few times. He's certainly got the athleticism to do that from that role, and nice to see someone taking risks and taking people out of the game, as he did on a couple of occasions.
Modric was taken out of the game there by Guiu, who's not shy of a tackle. It's Madueke who gets the free kick. Modric was fouled there. Referee happy for play to go on. He's not treating this like a friendly, as he, Andre Jardine. He's much more pleased with the second half performance from his team. So it's Manchester City up next, Columbus, Ohio on Saturday, then Real Madrid on the 6th of August in North Carolina, then back to England for that game against Inter Milan before it all kicks off against City on Sunday the 18th of August. Collision there with one of the cameramen behind the goal for one of the Club America players. It's our friend number 197, Espinosa, who owes somebody a new lens.
Yeah, nice little exchange this, but yeah, possibly in an offside position when he went to receive that one. Ball just over the byline in any case, well defended by Ben Chilwell.
Hope you got a picture of that on the way down. Jorgensen long. Over the head of Breuer, but it's going to run nicely for Madueke, who did brilliantly to return it to Armando. Breuer for 3. And he doesn't need me to tell him that it really ought to have been.
Yeah, so much I like about that. Really good initially, Nkunku under pressure. That's a really good use of the body from Breuer, recognising the run of Madueke to his left. And he's put the keeper down and just can't execute that finish. A couple of yards wide. Real frustration for him. He's had a good impact in this game.
Espinosa.
Yeah, it was played into Nkunku, and it gives you such security, I think, with his back to goal. It's going to be a big plus, I think, for Chelsea. You know, even when he's well marked, when someone's tight with him, he's so secure in possession, gets the team up the pitch.
Fofana. Took a couple of deflections on its way through. Tosin with the most significant block. Petulance there, which would result in a yellow card in a competitive game, I think, but maybe summing up Cruz at Club America's frustrations with this game so far. Chukwu getting the free kick.
Definitely been more competitive the second half. More tenacious, the opposition. But yeah, it's lacked a little bit of quality. Hopefully it can be lit up in the 13 or so minutes that remain.
Oh, Nkunku, he's going to do just that. Christopher Nkunku, that's going to be another penalty. Oh, that was brilliant. Slaloming his way through the Club America defence. And there was only one way to stop him.
Yeah, I mean, arguably he's been the best player on display. That's fantastic stuff. I mean, the goalkeeper doesn't think this is a penalty. This is more of a penalty than the first one. He says, let's have a look. I think, again, maybe just leaving the foot in somewhat, but I think that's a penalty in the modern game.
Cotter cheesed off. Shades of Hazard against West Ham at Stamford Bridge just for a moment there from Christopher Nkunku, 1 foot to the other. Is he going to get to take the penalty again? Well, Madueke wanted the one in the first half. Looks like he's getting this one. Of course, normally there's no doubt who takes the penalties for Chelsea. It's Cole Palmer. Nkunku scored twice from the spot in pre-season, including once in this game. Now Noni Madueke, he scored one against Wimbledon in the League Cup last season, didn't he? And against Crystal Palace in the Premier League, a last-minute winner. So he's got form from 12 yards. Can he put the result beyond doubt here? Interesting angle for the run-up. Madueke or Kota. Oh, how cool was that from Noni Madueke for 3-0 to Chelsea. Made it look easy, floated it into the top corner, and Chelsea have got the game won now, surely.
It's impressive, isn't it? Because there's no run up, side foot, and it whistles high into the net. Amazing to get that pace on it. The direction is one thing, and that was just magnificent from Christopher Nkunku. Brilliant play. And then once the goalkeeper commits and put his arm out, it's going to be a penalty. And at that height, they never get saved. That is fact. Can't get up there. Can't get the spring to get towards the ball, and he's wanted to get his name on the score sheet. I think that's been evident in the first half, and successfully completed that. It adds a little bit of gloss to the scoreline, doesn't it? It's not been a great second half, but Chelsea far and away the better side.
Well, you can talk what you want about results not being important in pre-season, and of course to a large extent they are not. But this is going to be a well-enjoyed victory. Club America looking for a goal back. How about that from Ben Chilwell to get that behind? Brilliant headed clearance to stop Jorgensen having to make what would have been a difficult save.
Yeah, worked it nicely down the left-hand side. Tosin gets something on the ball there, and brilliant. Goalkeeper may very well. Jorgensen got across there, but it's similar to the Nkunku effort in the first half. Ben Chilwell wasn't to know. Makes a brilliant block.
No foul there from Fernandez. Here's Madueke. Lovely way to pass for Breuer. And now he goes down. Ramon Juarez, the player who's none too impressed with the Chelsea striker hitting the deck. I don't think he was looking to buy that. Here come America again. That's a wonderful cross. Fizz right across the face of goal. Nobody there to apply the final touch to Borja's delivery. More minutes for Angelo and Tyreek George. Was this a penalty?
It's untidy, isn't it? It must have been in his mind to chip the goalie there. He had a look, didn't he? Just didn't back himself. This will be the best angle. No, I don't think there's quite enough there. He's done well not to react there.
So Madueke's got his goal, and now he makes his exit. Tyreek George maintains his record of having appeared in every pre-season game, and Nkunku is also done for the day. Angelo on in his place. So much potential for Nkunku next season. Even when he did get fit, he didn't stay fit, did he? He never had that run of consistent games. Pre-season could be absolutely invaluable for him this time around. And it's not just the goals, is it, with Nkunku? It's everything else that he brings to the party.
Yeah, awareness, touch, the way he takes the ball in, first class. You know, I'd be interested to see just how many opportunities he's had in front of goal in a Chelsea shirt. It feels like he's had a handful, and they've all found the back of the net. It doesn't feel like he's spurned too many opportunities, and I know he's only had, you know, a few minutes really to talk about, only a few appearances, but he's got himself a few goals already last season in competitive games, last pre-season, and again scoring in every game is only going to improve the chances of him hitting the ground running when the Premier League gets underway. He's looking like top quality signing. I think we hoped he would be, but just haven't seen him enough to categorically saying that's what he is, but he's looking the part, no doubt.
Kuchukwu. Vega on for Mudryk. 5 and change to play. Oh, that's a really good ball again. Mudryk just skipped off the turf as he tried to get there ahead of Cotter. Guiu. Well, they've been well backed here. America in the stands. And they're going to give their supporters something to cheer in the final few minutes. Chelsea hoping not.
Yeah, they've lacked a little bit of conviction, haven't they? Not made too many opportunities. Chelsea in command, really, when they got that quick flurry of first half goals. The system's remained consistent throughout the formation, and it's a great opportunity, isn't it, to see the players in the different roles.
Oh, good win back from Tyreek George. Flag up. Helps him as well, doesn't it, if you've got a result to back up the ethos. You take it onto the training pitch, look what you can do. Mudryk doing well to make sure that Espinosa couldn't make any progress. Oh. Angelo. Breuer. Fernandez. Oh, Breuer in there. He took a whack in the face as well. The referee needs to stop the game.
It's a good idea. Just a little bit too much height on it, a little bit flatter. Breuer would get there and head it into the unguarded net because the goalkeeper's committed himself. Saw. Big collision.
Doesn't look particularly concerned, does he, Rodolfo Cota? Well, they're making their presence felt. Never been relegated from America. Had an English manager once upon a time, a long way back. Percy Clifford between 1926 and 1929. Three minutes to go. Maresca's challenge ruled to be a foul. Yellow card as well.
Maybe handball there, just try to clip it infield. It's been interesting seeing him being the one to tuck into midfield. I think it's something that he's certainly got versatility on his side, hasn't he? Played a number of different roles. So he's been obviously deployed in there from the right-hand side of the defence.
Oh, good ball. Teaser that went all the way through. It was Vega who got his head to it, actually.
Yeah, important touch as well. He was just poised. Guiu to finish.
Outswinging delivery. Time too close to Jorgensen, who hasn't had a save to make. Probably wanted one, didn't he? To show us what he could do, but hardly tested. Fernandez. The latest to foul. Dealing in seconds now. You can see the funny side. Espinosa going to get round Chilwell. Goal kick, and that ought to be that. A first win of pre-season for Chelsea, and it's a convincing one. 2-0 up at half-time through Christopher Nkunku and Marc Guiu. Noni Madueke scored late on from the penalty spot, as Nkunku had done early in the piece, to mean that Chelsea run out comfortable winners against the champions of Mexico. Final score in Atlanta, Chelsea 3, Club America 0.